A jigsaw is an effective tool for cutting wood, board, plastic and sheet metal, and is especially useful for making both straight and curved cuts. In this video, we'll be using the Sealey 20-volt cordless jigsaw. For safety, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE. Before starting, make sure that you have the right saw blade for your workpiece, as there are dedicated blades to suit different materials. You should also make note of the blade's TPI or teeth per inch, as this will determine the quality of the cut. The higher the TPI, the finer the cut will be. However, blades with fewer teeth cut more quickly. Always ensure that the tool is unplugged or the battery is removed before changing a blade. This jigsaw offers a tool-free blade changing system, but other models may require the use of a screwdriver or Allen key. You then need to determine the pendulum setting. This saw has 4 settings, which can be selected using the pendulum adjustment knob. This controls the quality of the cut by changing the cutting action of the blade. The higher the setting, the more aggressive the cut. Switch the function off if a very fine cut is required. Use a low setting if working on hard materials and the maximum setting when working on soft materials. Always switch off the pendulum action when working on metal, hardwood or thin materials such as sheet metal. When cutting with your jigsaw, ensure that the workpiece is properly secured and that there are no power cables or water pipes underneath. Don't place more pressure on the blade than is necessary, as this may cause the blade to bend or kick back while cutting. For materials with a laminate or melamine finish, apply a strip of masking tape along the cut line to reduce the amount of fragmentation. If possible, turn your workpiece over. This will reduce the splintering on the finished side of your material. To make a straight cut, you can use your parallel guide. Set the parallel guide to the required distance from the saw blade and tighten using the locking screws. Put your guide against the edge of the workpiece and make your cut. Alternatively, you can use a piece of off-cut timber as a guide. Simply clamp it in place on your workpiece at the required distance and butt the sole plate against it to make the cut. You can also adjust the angle of the jigsaw to create bevel cuts. To do this, loosen the bevel adjusting screw on the jigsaw, then push the sole plate back to adjust the bevel angle to one of the fixed settings of 0, 15, 30 or 45 degrees. Once in position, you can push the sole plate back in its correct spot and retighten the bevel adjustment screw. Due to their thin blades, jigsaws are ideal for making curved or circular cuts, either by using a guide or freehand. A thinner blade with a higher TPI is recommended. You'll also need to set the tool to 0 on the pendulum settings. A jigsaw can also be used to make internal cuts. Simply use a drill bit that is wider than your jigsaw blade to create a starter hole in the area that you wish to cut. If you have multiple corners, create multiple starter holes in each. This will make it easier when having to change direction. Place the jigsaw blade in the hole and follow the guide to make the cut. For other videos and how-to instructional guides, please visit our website at www.sealey.co.uk.